Welcome to the Community Services Connection podcast, an informative podcast for those who live, work, and play in our paradise. We're covering everything from recreation and pools, libraries and history, parks and natural resources, and the UF-IFAS Extension Office of Charlotte County. You're listening to the Community Services Connection podcast, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Today, Stephanee Phillips, our wellness coordinator here for Charlotte County, is joining me on the podcast. Hey, Stephanee.
Hi.
Tell me a little bit about the work that you do. I, along with all of our other staff, get your emails about wellness at work. So what does that mean?
So the work that I do is really to develop, implement, and manage wellness program initiatives and events that create awareness and provide motivation to help employees and family members adapt and maintain a well-rounded, healthy lifestyle. I help to provide guidance and coaching for all and assist with maintaining engagement and connecting them with all their resources. Of course, happy employees, definitely long-term return on investment for all, which also includes lower health insurance for the employees.
And I know as an employee, I feel so supported in health and wellness initiatives put forth by the county, mental health. We do, I think there's a couple of challenges that we do throughout the year that are so much fun. How did you get into this? Is wellness just near and dear to your heart?
Yes, it is. Actually, it started really young. And my mom specifically, in our family, we have diabetes. Just many of our family members, they have lost limbs as well as just demise related back to their health conditions. And as a small girl, I watched my mom struggle being pre-diabetic and knew that I could help her in different fashions and ultimately helped my mom to lose 100 pounds. Of course, she is really the reigning champ of that change, but just being that supportive family member, helping her get to resources that were available to her.
You are very passionate about wellness, and you can see that through all of the work that you do and all of the support that you give us as employees. And here in Community Services, we are very passionate about improving the quality of life for our whole community. So we do that through the library programs that we offer, the recreation programs that we offer, the parks. I don't know about you, but I feel so much better when I get up, get out, and get active outside in our community.
Yes, actually, when we first relocated back to Florida, that's actually my favorite thing to do with my 3 children is actually go out to the various different parks and the playgrounds and get them inspired and have that love and passion for being active and just ingraining those behaviors early on. And even when we're just trying to start somewhere, start with your local resources. And actually, that's a great area to make those changes.
We do an employee newsletter, and for the month of May, I did a little blurb about getting out just with your coworkers. Instead of having like a face-to-face meeting, do a walking meeting. Have you done a walking meeting and felt that it's more productive?
Yes, 100%. And actually, it also relates back to an increase in creativity, also problem solving. When we can step away from that problem, really be able to take a walk, a stroll, or even if we're able to get away and utilize the facilities like a place where we can play basketball or volleyball or on the treadmill, a great way to create that mindset and be able to problem solve.
Absolutely. I've found that our walking meetings have been very productive. So for Mental Health Awareness Month, Community Services put together an activity calendar. And we are putting this out there in hopes that our community will join in and take advantage of some of the things that we offer here in community services. So checking out a book at the library, reading it in a park, coming into a rec center. What are some of the benefits of utilizing services like this? And then what are some of the other resources available to community members for mental health?
So in regards to resources from the community standpoint, of course, utilizing the community services facilities and also your wonderful initiatives, reaching out to counseling and support groups, utilizing your benefits, so seeking a mental health professional. But there are also other various ways that we can get connected with resources, and this also includes, national hotlines. They have National Alliance of Mental Illness. They have American Psychology Association. They have Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration. National Suicide Prevention Hotline, which is actually, that number is newer. So if you or a loved one is struggling with suicide, please call 988. There's also veteran support lines, as well as apps that we can readily download to our devices. This could be UCLA Mindful. It could be Fit On, where it provides different free fitness workouts where you can actually do at your recreational centers, or even do their classes that they have available. It could be just listening to calming music like My Noise. It could be Balance. Balance is a wonderful app that is actually provided free for a year. There's also mindfulness apps called Calm, Headspace, Insight Timer, Aurora, and 10% Happier Meditation Meter. There's ways that we can also improve our mental health. So connecting with others, simply, going for a walking break, or, if you're a mom or a dad that stays at home, being able to do different small sets of exercise. Maybe it's while you're doing laundry and folding your clothes. Trying to stay positive. Of course, that physical activity is a huge part. Volunteer. There's lots of opportunities within our community to volunteer. Create that joy and satisfaction. This could include journaling. It could be getting connected to the spiritual side. It could be pet therapy, art therapy. It could be book clubs or watching a documentary. Getting enough rest is also included, as well as eating well. There are resources also for the employees, and ways that we share about mental health would be through email campaigns, through EAP webcasts, through workshops, through third-party vendors that we partner with, like Gardenitude, where you actually learn how to garden. It could be just initiatives that we have going on called Wellbeing Wellness Wednesdays, and that's going to include that yoga, mindfulness, the meditation. It could be utilizing your company's EAP, Employee Assistance Program. The employees here at Charlotte County also have MD Live, Behavioral Health, Talkspace, Ginger, Happify, and Prevail. And those are just the tip of the iceberg in regards to resources.
Why is there such a stigma around this conversation? It is a tough conversation to have, to reach out to somebody and say that you're struggling, but have you seen that the more resources that we're offering, that it's gotten easier for people to speak up and talk about mental health?
I do think that there is still a stigma around mental health, and I think that it is a hard topic to bring up, whether it be with your colleagues or even your manager or even your director, your lineage of support within the organization. But support is definitely needed within all those levels. So ending stigma would help to break down that barrier. It would help to provide psychological safety for the individual, as well as it increases their willingness to seek care. And so if we can break down that stigma, we can certainly help those individuals. And I know that even myself, and being in the wellness space, it hasn't always been easy as well for myself, and even being put forth in front of other people, sharing those experiences. Prior to being the wellness coordinator here, I actually worked with our active duty military members and their family members. And my husband has served 3 years overseas. I have one child that has special needs, and I've adopted 2. So with that, taking that back step and knowing that you need that help and that support, and it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take that time for yourself, that self-care, and provide that outline for yourself, and have that conversation and dialogue with people that you do trust and will be able to support you or advocate with you. So that may be someone through your department. That may be someone like a colleague, that may be a family member that you feel that you can trust and confide in, and take those baby steps, because ultimately breaking down that stigma is very valuable and important.
Absolutely. And that is what this campaign is called. We're actually wrecking, as in recreation, the stigma. We're wrecking the stigma through these activities that we've put together. They involve taking a yoga class or trying a class that you've never tried before. Maybe you've never stepped into a recreation center here in Charlotte County and you don't know that we offer drop-in programs and we have Olympic-sized swimming pools and we do water aerobics, and all of these things over time play a positive role in your mental health.
Mental health plays a role in our overall wellness. Mental health is the most important foundation to wellness. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. Maintaining a positive mental health and treating any mental health condition as crucial helps to stabilize constructive behaviors, emotions, and thoughts.
How can we as peers be supporters of mental health? For example, if you hear about somebody struggling with depression or anxiety or having some struggles mentally, how can we support those people?
I would first say, get to know the resources that you have available within the organization. Also, be able to support them where they're at. Provide a listening ear. If you notice that their anxiety is high or they are showing or displaying any signs where they're overloaded, is there any wiggle room for you to be able to assist or help them with a project? Also, on top of that, simple things as asking them in regards to have they had a chance to check out those resources that you shared. Different levels of support can happen. That colleague may need just a listening ear. That colleague may just want to go for a walk and be able to share what their experience, which will also form connection and social connection between you two. It could be more extensive where they may need some of the resources that are available to them related back to mental health. And sometimes there are situations that are more dire, that need that immediate attention. So if you ever feel that an individual may be suicidal, do share that number with your coworkers, the 988, and or try to talk that person into seeking help, because ultimately the subject matter experts related back to mental health are going to be those health professionals.
Absolutely. Community services put together this calendar because we know that time being spent outside in the parks and exercising and, again, getting up, getting out, and getting active is positive for mental health. Do you have any insight on green spaces and mental health? Any stats on that you can share?
I don't have any specific stats, in regards to that. But I know that ultimately, anytime you could go for a walk, just the feelings, the emotions that we have, we notice that, during that walk, our blood may be pumping, but when we come back overall, it helps to lower our cortisol levels. We notice that we have more mental clarity. Simple things like that, or even journaling. If, there are any physical limitations, journaling could be a great way. Grab a piece of paper, grab a notebook, something, and kind of start writing those thoughts out. Some people, the connection, look at volunteering and what's available. A lot of different places are looking for volunteers. It's also a great way to get connected.
So, Stephanee, is Charlotte County working on any internal projects for mental health awareness?
Yes, we are. So we actually have a mental health champions committee. And on the horizon, we have 5 forward-thinking recommendations. And we look forward to sharing those in coming soon.
Well, we are looking forward to it, and we're very lucky to have a team who truly cares about our overall wellness here as employees of Charlotte County. Stephanee, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for taking part in our Mental Health Awareness Month. We're really excited to roll this out and encourage the community to just take time for them and have these tough conversations with their friends and families and coworkers.
Thank you for having me.
If you or somebody you know is having suicidal thoughts or intentions, the suicide hotline number is 988, and there's also a text line. You can text HOME to 74174. Thanks for listening. This is the Community Services Connection Podcast.